Hey everybody, Chris here. Welcome. We had a dip in the overall crypto market today. We're going to talk about that and what happened, and we're going to talk about meme coins. That's right. We're going to talk about cryptocurrencies based on memes or playing off of other cryptos. So we'll be covering Doge and Shiba and Bone and Floki. We'll be talking about those and maybe some others if you guys are interested. If you're watching this video after the live stream, because I'm live right now recording this, but some of you may be watching this on the video replay because all of my live streams become videos on my channel. That means you missed the live stream and you weren't here at 9 o'clock. I'm here 9 o'clock every night Eastern time, Boston time in the United States. That's where I am. And we're having fun here trying to, despite some of the red in the crypto market. But you know what I say, and I say it again, another buying opportunity. That's right. And you look over at this chart and you see this green circle here. Well, what does that green circle mean? That means Kriss bought at that price at that time. That's right. I picked up Dogecoin right there at 7.04 cents. That's right. I caught it on the dip. Now, will Dogecoin go any lower? It might, but these are the kinds of dips that I look for when I am watching the market, and I struck right there. So I bought, let me check my spreadsheet down here. I bought 284,000 Dogecoin right there. 284,000. Do you know what that means? That means I now have 1 million Dogecoin. Yes, I have broke the $1 million club for Dogecoin. So the accumulation that I had originally from a couple of years ago, plus some of the buying that I did at the end of December when Doge was under 7 cents. And then I have been buying as well a bit over the past week as Doge dropped back below 8 cents and then caught a big chunk here. So I feel good about that. That's where I am in my Dogecoin journey. I would target at 1 million, and I may not be done yet because we're going to be talking about Doge and what Doge's future might be. There's some interesting charts to look at that I'll be showing you from some articles. But we're also going to be talking about Shiba and Bone because although the rest of the market was down for a lot of the day today, Shiba was in the green and Bone had been in the green. And we're going to look at those on the charts as well, what's going on with those. And Floki had been doing well, but not so well over the past 24 hours. So we'll take a look at that as well. And then as JH is saying, how about Jasmy? That's right. Guess what? I scroll down to the Jasmy chart, and what do I have? Jasmy? I have another green circle. Yes, I also bought more Jasmy on the dip. So I got Jasmy. I was gonna do 0.005, but then I thought, it might not hit on 0.005. I'm going to set my limit order just a little bit higher than 0.005. So I set it at 0.0051. And guess what? I hit on that limit order for Jasmy. I didn't know it was going to drop this far, but those are my limit orders. That's what I hit. Yeah, so we could talk about some Jasmy in a little bit as well. Let me drop down in the corner here so we can get the charts nice and big. We will come up to Bitcoin and we will see what happened with Bitcoin. So yeah, Bitcoin, if we take a look at Bitcoin from its high back here on Monday, up at 22,500 down to today, that's like a 3.7% drop. That's not huge in crypto terms, but we kind of look at it and we're like, after this kind of semi-bull run we had in January, February kind of level, but now March is kind of down a bit. 3.7% isn't that bad. But when it's happening, especially on these drops, you're like, that's not so great. But was Bitcoin that was dropping down due to a lot of Jerome Powell and some of his statements, not only about what he's doing to fight inflation, but also made some crypto statements as well. So we'll talk about that. Overall, we're going to concentrate a little more on meme coins here because they're fun and they're great potential to make money again. And I say again because Doge had already shot up. Shiba had already shot up. Even Floki had shot up before. Baby Doge had shot up, and even Jasmy. Yes, Jasmy had shot up as well. And we're all kind of accumulating now here in this bear market, thinking that they could all have another run. Will they? We're going to talk about that as well. So let's start with Dogecoin because, well, that's where I start. I start with Dogecoin. Will Doge go back up? That's the big question, right? Will Doge go back up? And we will ask that again about Shiba and Floki and even Jasmy. Will they go back up? That's the question. So how do you determine that, right? Because Doge had this historic rally in 2021, subsequent market drop in 2022, and here we are in 2023. Doge started the year at 6.9, came up to almost 9 cents, and then has dropped back down. We're back in the low 7s again. So not great so far for 2023. However, what is its potential? We zoom out and we look at this overall chart here from 2021, this high that was up here at 73 cents. And then the slow kind of burn down, although we had this nice little pump here when Elon bought Twitter, which took Doge from about 5.9 cents up to 15 cents and kind of came back down. So what are we waiting for? Will Doge go back up? Well, they talk about this transition to proof of stake, and that's not going to happen. Doge is not going to transition to proof of stake. There's no reason to do it. Doge is a proof of work cryptocurrency. It works very well as a proof of work cryptocurrency. And all this talk about Vitalik Buterin, who runs Ethereum, wanting Doge to change, that was just to help out Ethereum. That wasn't going to help out Dogecoin at all. Doge doesn't need to change like that. I think there's some on the Dogecoin Foundation that would like that to happen because maybe it'll pump their bags and they'll be able to sell and make a profit. And, they don't get Doge. That's not what Dogecoin's about. So I dismiss that whole proof of stake thing. The core fund, technological innovations. Well, Dogecoin does have its own blockchain. Dogecoin is very fast for a proof of work cryptocurrency and has very, very low fees as a proof of work cryptocurrency. So its use as a currency has great potential. And there's not a lot of companies that are taking advantage of that yet. And not only that, but also the great Dogecoin community that's there that will support retailers who accept Dogecoin. So that's there. But we're really waiting for Elon Musk. Yes, Elon Musk could help spark a new rally. That's kind of where we are right now, from Twitter to Tesla to SpaceX to who knows what else will come. That's how Doge is going to pump. And what does this chart look like? Well, what they did was they basically made a fractal here in gray that's over here. We call this a fractal. And basically, it just repeats the past of how Doge has traded, and they stick it on over here. So with that, because Doge would be starting at a higher position in this fractal than where it was before, because it was below a penny before, and now we're up here at 7 cents. They're thinking that if it follows that same pattern, and I don't even know where they began that pattern here. It looks like it's probably March of 2019. Can't really tell where they started their fractal. Maybe it was March of 2020. It looks like. So they started there, and Doge had kind of come down a little. So their 3-month prediction is 4 cents. Their 6-month prediction is 3.8 cents as it comes down. But their 1-year prediction is 54 cents because of that fractal and where it's going to go. That's not a guarantee that that's what's going to happen, but you know that that's the potential that Dogecoin has, is it can take off again like it did back here in 2021 because of the huge catalysts that can happen and all the excitement that can happen around one Mr. Elon Musk. So we start there. We then go to this AI prediction, right? AI predicts Dogecoin price for the end of 2023. This is another outlet here that's looking at the Dogecoin price. And what are they doing? Well, they did the same thing with the fractal. Yes, they took the same past and they did a similar fractal. And they're basically saying, hey, look, by February 10th of 2024, Doge could be up to 89 cents. That would be up here at the top. February of 2024. I'll take that. I'd be happy with that, 89 cents. So that's what those are looking at for Doge looking ahead. Where are we now? Well, one view of this from you today is that Shiba and Doge are correlating and that they've kind of been trading somewhat together. And we've talked about that in the past before, because what happens a lot of times is there's an Elon Musk tweet, Dogecoin takes off, but Shiba takes off also. If it's specifically about Doge, when Shiba takes off, it doesn't quite take off as much. But then if there's a Floki related tweet, which is Elon's dog, Shiba takes off and a lot, and Doge takes off not quite as much, but they are very similar in how they trade. And that similarity had been going on until yesterday. And with yesterday, and I'll just zoom out to the 2-hour here, after the big drop that we saw back here on last Thursday, Doge had recovered some, but then has kind of faded down. Shiba, however, did have the big drop, faded down, but look at this gain that it had last night into this morning, a big run here on Shiba. And why is that? Well, it's anticipation of the Shibarium, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But that's a different move that has broken that correlation that the Shiba trading has had with Dogecoin. That was broken right here last night into this morning. Shiba has settled back a bit. It could have been some profit taking here. Some people swing trading it, right? Maybe shorting it down a little bit as well. That could all be happening, but this is all anticipation of the Shibarium. So a question: are Doge and Shiba dead? And is the view now toward AI? And this was Elon Musk's sort of joke tweet last week, was that crypto was like the last shiny object, and now AI is the new shiny object. Well, what about these meme coins in crypto? Are they in the past now? Did they have their day with these meme coins, and now people are going to be rushing to buy AI tokens or AI coins? That's kind of an interesting observation. The thing with the meme coins in the past was, especially with Shiba, you had to get in early to make a lot of money. Like one investor who bought $8,000 worth of Shiba when it was 0.00000 something. And then his value from that $8,000 investment went up over $1 billion. Because you get in early. And if you put $8,000 isn't chump change, right? That's a good bit of money. And you don't know what's going to happen then. Shiba was nothing then. And Shiba kind of languished for almost a year that guy had put that $8,000 in. And then Shiba took off. Now, other coins tend to take off earlier, like Floki did. and you can get some immediate gains, but are you just getting in early? Price goes way up, and then you sell when the price is up, and you're out, and you just take your profits, right? That's how a lot of these work. But also with a lot of them, in particular, if we look at, let's go to CoinMarketCap, and we look at a lot of these coins. Let's look at Floki, right? This is one that we see. If we look at the Floki chart here, it's now ranked 100. So Floki is the 100th now cryptocurrency by market cap. But we look at its chart for all, and here's how it worked. Here's how it traded. It slowly gained for about a month or two, and then took off. But since then, you know, a sharp decline and a long time with nothing, but then a little more excitement happening here in 2023. So far, Floki has had a good 2023. Will Floki be able to repeat this huge gain, though, or not? We don't know. Let's look at another one. JH wants to see Jasmy, right? So we can look at Jasmy. And what are we going to see, right? Jasmy is ranked number 132. So we know it has great potential, right? And we look at its all time and look at Jasmy's big run up at the very beginning, a sell-off, another big run, a sell-off. They had a little bit of run here back in November of 2021, but since then, it's been relatively flat. So is there going to be another run in Jasmy or not? Well, I put some money into it just to be along for the ride, because we don't know. We don't know. Is the Japanese, market gonna take off with crypto again? And this is a Japanese-based coin. Maybe it will. But at this point, I figure it was putting money into it to be along for the ride if it takes off. So that's what I was looking at for Jasmy. But we don't know. There aren't any specific projects that I could find, like the Shibarium for Sheeb, that Jasmy has. So that's kind of interesting to look at. About Sheeb. So there's this CoinDesk article. Shiba Inu Layer 2 blockchain Shibarium to release beta version this week. That was from this tweet here from @SheebToken on Twitter. Thrilled to announce Shibarium public beta will be launching this week. It's been so long coming. People didn't really believe it's anything. What ticked me off, though, was that CoinDesk used the Doge meme in an article about the Shiba Inu and the token and Shibarium. It's like, no, this isn't them. This is Dogecoin. So I tweeted back at them. I was just like, it's bad. If you haven't followed me on Twitter, please do. Here I am on Twitter, Kriss Pax. So I'm at Kriss Pax. Check me out on Twitter and give me a follow. I certainly appreciate that support. But yeah, so that was kind of a little disappointing on my part to see that. It's like they don't get it. They don't get it. The Sheeb token is not associated with the Doge meme. That's Dogecoin. But that's what we live with, right? So the Shiba Inu governance token rallies nearly 12%, while Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin show weakness. And so what are they talking about? Well, they're talking about Bone. So we look at the Bone chart. So this is the big run that Bone had after that tweet came out from Sheeb token, because there's 3 tokens in the Sheeb ecosystem. There's the Shiba Inu token, there is Bone, and then there's Leash. Leash is still called the Doge killer for some reason. It still shows up as Doge killer, and I don't know what its use is. But according to everything that the Sheeb devs have said, Bone is actually the token that's going to be used on Shibarium. but every project that is built on Shibarium and all the use on Shibarium is going to be burning Shiba Inu tokens. So there's going to be a constant burning of SHIB tokens, which of course decreases supply, makes SHIB a deflationary token. So that should help SHIB as well. So with Shibarium, what do, right? Do you invest in SHIB token, or do you invest in Bone, or maybe a little of both? I don't know. It's hard to buy the Bone because it's not on all the exchanges. So kind of hard to buy Bone. I guess you have to get SHIB, and you can go on Shiba Swap, right? And then you can swap SHIB tokens for Bone. So you can do that. And Bone, I think, just got listed on crypto.com. So you'd have to go on crypto.com and buy that. And so, yeah, you could do that. And then it's on some other, let me come on here and let's do Bone, because on CoinMarketCap, you can see where you can buy your Bone Shiba swap. So they call it Bone Shiba swap, but it's just Bone. Bone, $1.68. Bone had a nice run today too, this morning, like SHIB did, but then it was selling off as well. So that's some short-term profit taking that people take, and that is expected. Yeah. So Bone, yeah. So you can get Bone through Uniswap, and you can swap your pairs. I don't even know what Kennel is, but SHIB. So you can swap SHIB for Bone on Uniswap, but then you can also do it on the Shiba swap in their own ecosystem as well. Yeah, here it is, Shiba swap. Gate.io with Tether USDT, you can buy Bone, Gate.io, BitGet, MEXC, BK, and all these other smaller exchanges. They don't list crypto.com here, but I did see that it was on crypto.com. I just don't think there's a lot of people buying it yet there, and it's not showing up here. So, or crypto.com uses some other exchange, and crypto.com isn't actually an exchange. I'm not quite sure how that works, but that's the Bone. And this is their chart. So they had a big run last night into this morning, and then some retracement there, where there's some profit taking, because that was a nice little run there that it did from down here to up there. Yeah, 34%. I think that's worth some people probably taking some profits there. So that's Bone. Again, here's Bitcoin chart, just sideways and then trending down. Again, this is my white line from over a week ago, where I was predicting the whole crypto market to come down, and it did. And I was predicting it to drop below 22,000, which it finally did today. So that was expected. So if you were watching me a week ago and we were talking about this, and I tell you what I see in the market and what's going on, and I'm just like, guys, there's going to be a big dip coming, and here it is. So I'm buying today. So I was buying today. So for those that just joined, Dogecoin, I bought here at 7.04 cents, right there on the dip, late this afternoon. I swooped in and I got over 200,000 Dogecoin at that price. And I'm now a 1 million coin holder of Doge. I now have over 1 million coins. So very pleased with my Doge stash, bought on the dip. Now, is Doge going to come down even further and maybe drop below 7 cents? It could, but you can see, when am I buying Doge? I bought Doge here last Thursday on the dip. I got it at 7.39, and I was like, that's a pretty good buy based on what was happening there. Of course, from there, we didn't know whether Doge was going to go up from there or whether it was going to come further, but that's how I do it. I buy on the dips. Is it the best price? Yeah, maybe not, but you don't know when the bottom is. You can't predict the bottom. You can look in the past. You can say, oh, I should have bought there. I should have bought there. Well, that's what I'm doing. I'm buying on the dips. So I got a good stash here, but I got a bigger stash here. And I've reached my million Dogecoin in my bag now. So yeah, there's a big dip. All you need to buy up. From buy the dip. A good name there. Yeah, buy the dip. Exactly. Hey, Boron, what's up? How's it going? Bill is asking, do I own a lot of SHIB or just enough to have a position? I bought a lot. Now, I didn't buy it all down here, unfortunately. I got into SHIB a little bit earlier. This was my last purchase of SHIB right here, and that was at about 1150. And now we're at 11. So I was down on that, but I had bought some previous SHIB. It was a little higher than that. I don't have those marked down here. I think it was back here. I think there was one up here like at 12. Anyway, I'm down on all of it right now, but I do have a lot. And this was all in anticipation of Shibarium, which I had thought initially was going to be around Valentine's Day, because that's what they were saying in early February, that Valentine's Day was going to be that beta release of Shibarium. And now it looks like it's going to be, this first week in March instead. But I had bought in anticipation of that, and I did buy a lot of SHIB. So how much SHIB do I have? Because you're asking what's a lot, right? 7 billion SHIB. So I got a big chunk of SHIB. SHIB is not going to be a long-term hold for me. I am looking at it to make profit. I don't know if there's going to be another run or not. If we look at the overall SHIB on a chart on CoinMarketCap, and we look at SHIB here, we say all time, we can see what SHIB did. That first initial little run, and then the huge run in October of 2021. But then since it's fallen off, is there going to be another one of these big runs? I didn't want to be sitting on the sidelines the next time there's a SHIB run. So I'm on board with SHIB. Now I'm a little down on my SHIB right now. I'm down about $8,000 on my SHIB investment right now, according to my little spreadsheet I've got down here. But this is how I track all of my purchases on a spreadsheet, and I keep up with the latest prices and all of that. So a little down on that. I'm up on my Doge because, again, I bought 400,000 Dogecoin 2 years ago at 2 cents. So that's a good chunk of my Doge that I had from 2 years ago. But I've now been able to get into back or up over 1 million Doge. So happy about that. So that's the SHIB chart, and SHIB, just on that word that the Shibarium is coming was enough to pump some SHIB, and the next pump will come when that beta opens up, and then there'll be another pump maybe when the Shibarium actually goes live, and there are continued use cases that happen in that whole Shibarium ecosystem. How SHIB is going to be used maybe as well as Bone in metaverse games and NFTs and all of that they're planning. So we'll see what projects end up getting built on Shibarium as a layer 2 on Ethereum. So we'll see. But this is a long way from where SHIB started as just a meme token. But now, because so much money got pumped into it, they're actually going to create something, and they're making real utility for it. And they're not calling it the Dogecoin killer anymore. It's got its own thing, and it's doing its own thing. And I bought some just to be in the game. So, should Shiba Inu holders expect a 65% upswing or sell-off? Because that's how she works, right? Is it going to go way up or is it going to come crashing down? We don't know. I don't think it's going to come crashing down. I think there's too much support now for SHIB at these levels. Yeah, SHIB was down below 10 at the end of 2022, but I think it's got pretty good support right now at 11. Dipped down into the high 10s earlier, but right now at 11, I think that's pretty good support, and particularly with all this excitement about Shibarium coming, that I don't think SHIB's going to be dropping 65% at this point. Now, if the whole crypto market crashes, like Bitcoin goes down to 10K and all of that, yeah, we would see some damage in all the altcoins, including meme coins. That would probably happen. But without that, I wanted to get on board this ride. So I'm into SHIB. What else is going on, guys? Hey, Martin, any thought why JP Morgan cut ties with Gemini? Well, it first came out that JP Morgan cut ties, and then I saw a later thing that said, well, maybe they haven't. So I don't know where that stands right now. I don't know. I know that there is, based on Jerome Powell comments, there's a lot of institutions that are just staying away from risky assets, whether it's investing in the cryptocurrency itself or supporting exchanges and other crypto projects. And Gemini has some bad blood with it right now. And I wouldn't want to be involved with Gemini right now. So maybe that's why JP Morgan did it as well. It's just, let's just step away from this and see what happens. So that makes sense to me. Bull run's waiting for optimism and Avalanche to dip. So optimism I had at 212, and it's now at 227. And I do have another limit order set at 212 because that's where I had initially bought it a number of weeks ago. So if there's a market dump that comes down, if optimism hits 212 again, I'll pick up some more. That's where I am with optimism. And Avalanche, I hit a limit order today at 1530. So I added a little more Avalanche today too. I was in a buying mood today. I don't know why. I was. It just felt to me like this is a dip, and I think we're going to see a little bit of recovery in the market. And so I was buying on the dip. So I added a little more Avalanche. Because as we were talking, Bull, like a couple weeks ago, Avalanche, it's tied to possibly Amazon. Amazon has been talking about doing NFTs and some other things crypto related. And if it comes out that Amazon is going to be building on Avalanche, can you imagine what's going to happen to the price of the Avalanche token? It would take off. So I wanted to get some more. So I bought a little more here. Hey, Patrick. BitGert. No, I don't know anything about BitGert. I don't know what B-Rise is. Sorry. Super Wow. Thank you. ETH. Should I sell Doge to buy ETH or Bitcoin? Well, Mohammed, so if we're talking about meme coins today, ETH is not a meme coin. ETH, however, has gone on a nice run over the past couple days. And if we look at ETH, and we look at the relationship with ETH as a trading pair, right? We can come down here and we can say, well, here's ETH to Bitcoin, right? And look at ETH compared to Bitcoin. ETH has been taking off the past couple days. So as Bitcoin was dropping more, ETH was actually staying pretty solid. There's also a Doge to ETH, because you're looking at the trading pair, right? So if I go Doge to ETH, right? Doge ETH is this trading pair right here. So right now, Doge is down in this trading pair. Look at how this has come down. So you would actually be selling, like if you wanted to sell Doge for ETH right now, you'd be selling Doge at a low compared to ETH. And ETH is much higher if you're just looking at that trading pair. That's how these trading pairs work. So you're not really catching it at a good time. The time to do it, if you're really looking at that, would be the next time Doge goes on a little run. If there's some catalyst and Doge shoots up, maybe sell some of that Doge and buy some ETH with it, because then it'll be in a more favorable position compared to ETH. But if you're totally frustrated with Dogecoin and you don't think it's going to do anything, well, you have to make that decision on how you do it. Like I said earlier, I'm buying Dogecoin right now, and I'm not buying ETH because I'm looking at the potential that Dogecoin has to outperform a lot of the main cryptocurrencies because of the ability for it to take off. And that's what we're talking about today with Memecoins, because that's what they have the potential to do. So you can play it safe. And I mean, it's cryptocurrency, right? And cryptocurrency is risky as it is. But if you want to buy Bitcoin and Ethereum and be more on the safer side of crypto investing, then that's a choice for you and what your risk tolerance is. I've got some of that. I just want to be ready for the next bull run to see some of these greater percentages. Because we look at Bitcoin, right? And Bitcoin's at 22,000. Let's call it 22 for the purposes of this, right? $22,000 for a Bitcoin, right? And Doge at 7 cents. So what do you think is going to happen first? Doge to 70 cents, which would be a 10x. But if Bitcoin did a 10x, Bitcoin would be $220,000 a Bitcoin. Dogecoin's all-time high is more than 70 cents. It hit 73, 74 cents. So Doge has been there before. Bitcoin's all-time high is 69,000. In order for Bitcoin to 10x from here to 220,000, right? That would be 3x from its all-time high of 69K. So it's probably good to have some Bitcoin on the less risky side of crypto. But if you want the chance for the bigger gains, that's why you look at some meme coins. I'm just saying, that's what I'm doing. I'm in it now to try and make some bigger gains. And we'll see how it goes. Like, I'm going to be here every night at 9 o'clock. And we'll be talking about this stuff every night at 9 o'clock. We're still in a bear market, right? Time for accumulation. This is wealth building. This is when you can build wealth for the future. It's not going to be tomorrow. It's not going to be next week. It's not going to be next month, right? But we don't know where the prices are going to be next week or next month. Some are calling for this, huge recession going on, and Bitcoin is going to drop down to 15K, maybe 12K through the summer. And, that's the more bearish side of things. But there are many who believe the bottom was already hit back in November when Bitcoin hit 15.6. And Bitcoin isn't going to revisit that. We're going to see dips like we did today, but not down to 12K. it could happen, and that's a risk that you take. And meme coins and altcoins probably hit a little harder when that happens. But for me, I just felt, based on everything I've looked at, this is a good time to accumulate. And I'm looking a year or two ahead when we're in the next bull market, after the next Bitcoin halving a year from now, and then the bull run after that. You plant the seeds now, right? That's what I'm doing. I'm not a financial advisor, and I can't tell you guys what to do. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. And that's what I'm looking at. Doge is tricky. Yeah. Doge is tricky. But I just felt that today, this was a good time to buy on this dip. Yeah, I bought some up here at 7.9. I bought some here at 7.39, but I bought a lot more down here at 7.04. Kraken, yeah, I heard that Kraken wants to start their own bank. And that's good. I think this whole thing with the SEC just opened up their minds. And Jesse's like, I got to do something big. And that's what Elon is talking about with Twitter, being the largest financial institution on the planet, right? Big goals, right, that Elon has. Why not, right? He could do it. But Kraken to do that too. Yeah, I agree, Bullrun. Avalanche is going to get really big. I think so too. So here's the Avalanche chart. Now at 1530. And here, just back in February 21st, it was up here at $21. Of course, we zoom out and we look at the daily, and we can see where Avalanche used to be. We were talking about that on a stream a couple weeks ago when it last hit $100, which is on beginning of April of 2022. So that was just 11 months ago. It was $100. Now it's 15. You don't think an Amazon affiliation won't make AVAX pump? I do. But there's a lot of other things going on good with Avalanche as well. So I thought that was worth it. But Avalanche is not a meme coin. We're not talking about non-meme coins, right? No, yeah, we are. I don't think ETH is going to explode. I think ETH will probably go on strong, steady gains. There's always this chance with this Shanghai upgrade that there may be some selling when the staked ETH there becomes unlocked and people can sell. But as I was saying last week when we covered this, that most people that have staked ETH are not in the positive, because most of that staked ETH, if we look at ETH right now at 1543, most of that staked ETH was bought between like 1800 to 2200. And so with 1543 now being the price, when that ETH becomes unstaked, going to be in the red. People don't like to sell for a loss. So, I mean, I could see ETH, quickly coming back up to, some level, 2,500, maybe that's where it was back here in May earlier this year, maybe up to 2,500. But that's not a 3x or a 5x or, what we're talking about with some of these other coins. So just keep that in mind. I don't think it's about what happens first. It's all about how much you're willing to drop into the cryptocurrency market and what your time horizon is too, how long you want to wait. Because you don't know when these things are going to hit. And if we're looking at the 4-year cycles, the next bull run isn't until 2025, according to the 4-year cycles. So, but that's why I'm sitting here and I'm saying this is, to me, I'm accumulating now. Will crypto dip a little lower? It might. It might. But then this might have been your last chance to buy Doge at 7 cents. I don't know. So I was taking that chance to buy a big chunk of Doge right here. So we'll see. You sold all your ETH last year. I still have some staked on Coinbase. I got like 13, 14 ETH staked, just waiting. And I'll just keep it sitting there too. So we'll keep it sitting there. Oh, it is. If you invest $100,000 in any crypto within an exchange and you expect at least a 100x, yeah, well, 100x cryptos are few and far between. So the chance of catching a 100x are pretty slim, and it's huge risk, huge risk. So be careful. Be careful with that. Meme coins might do because of marketing. Again, it's when you buy in. So if you get in at the ground floor on some new thing and it takes off, you can do that, like that guy did with Shiba, right? $8,000 to $1 billion. But that's like winning the lottery, and the chances and odds of winning a lottery are so slim. And it's your money that you're putting out there that might not do anything. So be careful with that. Be careful with that. We're pretty low. Hope it's at the bottom. Yeah, I do too. I mean, I'm still buying on some dips, but I don't mind if the whole market goes up from here, and then my remaining cash that I have buys in at a little higher price. I'll be okay with that. I know a lot of people are still waiting for that big Bitcoin dip down to 12K. And there's a lot of money still sitting on the sidelines on exchanges. Huge amounts of money on exchanges and Tether, USD, USDC, just waiting for that huge Bitcoin dip that may never come. We don't know. Algo's been so-so. Yeah. Well, Martin, did you hear about the MyAlgo wallet? There's some hack in the MyAlgo wallet, which is a third-party wallet. It's not the Algorand Foundation doesn't have anything to do with that Algo wallet. But yeah, millions of dollars worth of Algo drained out. And the Algo Foundation is just encouraging everybody to, if you still have your Algo on there, take it off. Transfer it out of there. Put it somewhere else. It's a third-party wallet. It's not anything about the Algorand blockchain. However, Algorand has taken a hit price-wise. If we zoom out here, we look at the 2-hour, we just see Algorand has just tanked here from February 27th down to today, down over 20%. Ouch. Yep. So that's pretty tough. Pretty tough for Algo. But that's not, again, it's not anything to do with the Algorand blockchain. It was this third-party wallet. I think Algorand probably should have helped a little more, done more than just saying, "Hey, it wasn't us." I wish they would have been a little more sympathetic towards the Algo wallet team, as well as the people who were holding their Algo in that wallet. But that's what happens. Hey, Low Roller, how are you? Welcome. Hey, Ped. I think Doge is going to be good in this bear market. When will you buy again? I did today. Welcome. We were just talking about it. I bought today. 7.04 cents was a big chunk of Doge that I bought today. So in my last Doge that I bought here was on last Thursday, March 2nd at 7.39. I caught it on this big red candle down here at 739, but then 704 today. So that's my latest Doge purchase there. The new FTX is Silvergate collapse. And the Silvergate piece, though, although it's bad, it's not an FTX level of a black swan event, in my opinion. It has caused, it caused this immediate red candle there that we saw, but that isn't at the level of what happened with FTX or Luna. So not that big of a black swan event, but yeah, that's the Silvergate was good for on-ramping and off-ramping, from fiat to crypto exchanges and back. And without that, we'll just find another way to do it. That's all. I think there's an immediate reaction to it, but then there's other ways to get money onto exchanges to buy crypto and other ways to get money off without having a Silvergate. So, but yeah, it sucks what happened, that's for sure. So there's a rumor SEC won't be allowed to interfere with cryptocurrency bankruptcy parties. I think there's a lot going on between the SEC, former commodities chair, said something like they should create the standard. What is the standard, right? What is the standard that makes something a security or a commodity? Just get that over with and let's move on. These exchanges are trying to figure out themselves. So Brian Armstrong from Coinbase is saying, look, we think everything that we're trading on our exchange is not a security. There's a lot of other coins we could have on our exchange that we don't trade because we think they are securities. So Brian's come out and said that. And so that's right at the SEC. If the SEC has a problem with any of the coins being traded on Coinbase, Brian wants to know, what is it about those coins that make it a security? Is Coinbase going to get a big fine from the SEC? Well, Brian's willing to take that on, and he's even said that they will sue the SEC if the SEC does that. Kudos to Brian Armstrong. I think that's awesome. Let's get this done. Instead of having this SEC cloud hanging over our head, let's figure it out. Let's do it. And I'm all for that, particularly for adoption, crypto adoption, as we go forward. So, yeah, we mentioned Floki a little bit ago, but I didn't get into it completely, low roller. But yes, Floki just hit number 100. We saw that in the on CoinMarketCap. We can look at that again as we're talking about meme coins here, right? Floki. See what it is now. Still number 100. Ranked number 100. So we look down at Floki and the exchanges, and KuCoin is the number 1 exchange for trading Floki, then Uniswap, and then PancakeSwap after that. So I don't think on other markets, Gate.io, OKX, Bybit, Huboy, all those other ones. And which one did you say they're just listed on? Well, I think KuCoin is the main one where you can buy it. And they've got, a decent volume of of trading going on KuCoin. And they have a Tether pair, USDT pair, as well as a USDC pair. So, great for Floki to get listed on a major exchange. Good for them. This meme coin is leading crypto market gains. And that was Floki. And this was written a couple days ago. Because Floki had been going on a little run. If we look at the Floki chart here, we had this nice little run here Monday and kind of peaked up here on Tuesday. It was a nice little run from the bottom to the top, up about 17%. But then it's dropped off since then. But that's Floki. And they're trying to create utility for Floki as well. There's the Floki locker, the Floki-Fi, and all these other things that they're doing that I've read about that, they are trying to create utility for their token because they know that that's the only way that they're going to be able to survive long term. Same that Shiba is doing. So, yeah, Glauber is still down. I don't think he bought much Floki. I think he was given a crap ton of Floki for being this ambassador for them and pushing Floki everywhere. I think he was just receiving bagfuls of Floki. I don't think he bought much. That's my guess. So, yeah, and what's Floki going to do? I have no idea. I don't really follow Floki. I know I've read about things here and there. This Floki-Fi. I think they're trying to create some ecosystem, sort of what Shiba has been doing, and so we'll see. There are other people who know a lot more about Floki than I do, but it's now a top 100 cryptocurrency. So there's a lot of people who are holding a lot of bags of Floki. So is Floki going to drop 10x from here? What's its price now? 4 zeros, 38. Let's see where it was. This one doesn't list it. I got to go look at a different Floki. Gate.io, I think, has had it longer, right? Yeah. Well, here at the beginning of January, it was 5 zeros and 7. So it's gone up from the 8th of January to now, up 400%. So if you were buying Floki at the beginning of the year, you'd have 4x'd by now. And maybe even if you sold at the top, that would have been up here. 800%, you would have 8x'd it. If you were buying Floki here, but nobody was buying Floki there because everyone thought Floki was dead. So yeah. But yeah, buying Floki up here right now, I wouldn't do it. Again, just me. I'm not doing it. I wouldn't do it. So much risk there. Because look at the huge volume of trading here compared to where it was in December, where it was dead. It was just dead, hardly any trading. But that can happen with something like Floki. That can happen. But Floki was up here at what, 28 and 30. So now it's at 3. So that's a 10x. If you go from where it is now at 403 and then go up to 30. That was its high. So you could 10x to get back up there if Floki goes on an amazing run like that again. I don't know. A lot of volume trading on Floki now because it's on all these other exchanges now. It's not just what was it? Uniswap or PancakeSwap. Yeah, it's a BSC token, right? Initially. So all on PancakeSwap before, but now you can trade it on KuCoin. So good for them for getting listed there. Floki's not for me. Yeah, I'm not buying Floki either. I'm not buying it either. But Shiba I bought some sheep, and we'll see. Again, on the daily, we look back at Shiba. You know, just here in last April, just less than a year ago, it was at 27, touched 30. So that would be 2.5x from here. But it was all the way up here at 80. So you buy here, that could be 7x if it goes on a big run up to where it was before. With Shiba, I thought that was worth taking a chance, so I bought some Shiba. Will I see those kinds of gains? I don't know. We don't know. Baby Doge. Do you own any Baby Doge? I haven't looked at Baby Doge. I don't know what it's doing. Well, we're talking meme coins because we're just on that subject today. Baby Doge. Look at all those zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 zeros. I can't even. Look at this supply, like quadrillion supply of Baby Doge. It's just like, oh my gosh. And what is it between the circulating supply of 115 quadrillion, the total supply of 231, and then the max supply of 420? They just can be given these things out. Hey, people have made money on Baby Doge, and I get it, right? People made money on it. But wow. Yeah, 2023 went on a little run here. Again, just like Floki, it was pretty much dead in December at 9, went up to 40. So it did a little 4x here, and then is just dropping back down. Yeah, I wouldn't touch this. They're burning a lot of them. Yeah, I get it. So the burning in these numbers, I don't know where the burning comes in. Maybe out of that max supply of that 420, a lot of that is already burned. That could be. Yeah, the people who are running Baby Doge made money off of it. Hey, don't laugh. I still have some Doge. I know it was the worst. And I bought some. I still have it. You never know. You never know. I don't have much. But yeah. That was almost 2 years ago. Craziness. It's craziness in the meme coin world. It's craziness. But that's what we're talking about today. What's going to happen in the markets tomorrow? We'll see. We'll see whether this support holds. We'll see if this was the dip and Bitcoin can get back up over 22,000, which is a blue line here. Is Bitcoin going to trade up? Are we going to go sideways here in the upper 21s now? And that's going to be new support. We'll see. We do have some unemployment data that's coming out on Friday, I think. That's going to be the next little thing to look at in terms of where we stand in terms of recession, whether that's going to be heading towards the United States soon. We already think a lot of us are already living it. We know how much things cost. We're hearing more and more layoffs happening, stuff like that. It all doesn't sound really great, but you never know. You never know what's going to happen as we're going forward. Mr. Bull Run, thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. We're having fun here, guys. Do join me 9 o'clock. I'm here. We're just talking crypto. Decided to go on a little adventure on meme coins tonight, and then tomorrow we'll probably spend more time looking at Bitcoin and ETH and some other. So we'll see. Yeah, the layoffs are a lot of tech jobs. They over hired. I mean, it's obvious they overhired. Yeah, but we're seeing some middle management jobs are starting to get cut in industry. It's the minimum wage, low wage jobs are the ones that are available. So when the United States says, that there's all these openings available, yeah, they're the jobs that people don't want. You get these tech guys and they're not going to go want to sling hamburgers or something like that. So we'll see how that plays out. It's a different economy now than it was in past recessions. It really is a different economy. So, oh, Miss Bull Run. Okay. You never know. Bad on me for the assumption. Bad on me. Well, there's going to be a line at McDonald's for people to get a job there, isn't there? Going to be a line. Who wants to work at McDonald's? Right. No, not to laugh. For people that have lost their job, I understand. I've been in that position before too. Quite a few years ago, it happens, and you get through it and you move on. So, yep. All right. I'm going to call it a night here. I'm going to be putting on the Dogecoin 24/7 live stream chart after this. Certainly thank everyone. Hope you're well. We'll see again on how the markets, whether they're going to recover tomorrow a bit. See if Bitcoin can get back up over 22,000, or is this going to be the new area of trading between 21.5 and 22? And then we might see some further dips. We'll be exploring that tomorrow night. Until then, stay well. Hope all is well with everyone. We'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.